Okay, good afternoon to you. My name is Rjanne Falculan. I'm your nursing student for this afternoon, and today I'll be lecturing about depression. Okay, depression. So for you guys, what is depression? Let's start with the easy one. What is depression for you? Ideal.
Depression for me is a state of mind where you are in a deep sadness or in a deep isolation, loneliness, or something that you are parang yung mind mo is out of something na you experience super like deep sadness na sometimes it occurs usually for a longer period of time. Parang hindi mo na napapakitang depression.
So here's the definition of depression. What is depression? It is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. It's normal to want to know what has caused it. The truth is, depression is a complex medical condition that still isn't completely understood, even by today's standards. On the bright side, it is also treatable. Depression causes feelings of sadness or loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease your ability to function at work and at home. Okay, what are the symptoms and signs of depression? So yeah, this is your activity. Okay, in your our activity today is about what do you think are the signs and symptoms of depression? Okay, let's have about 1 minute. Okay, you can now list down. If you want question, it's okay naman to ask. Hindi naman yun.
Okay, tatlo lang.
Okay, time stop. Okay, Daisy, can you share us? Can you share us what you thought about signs and symptoms of depression?
Sadness,
Sadness, overthinking, loneliness. You view that.
For me, same thing sa kanya, sadness, loss of interest in the things you usually do, and usually lonely. You isolate yourself from the crowd.
Thank you for your answers. So, although depression may occur only once during your life, people typically have multiple episodes. During this episode, symptoms appear most of the day, nearly every day, and may include feelings of sadness, tearfulness, emptiness, or hopelessness, angry outbursts, irritability or frustration, even at over small things, loss of interest or pleasure in most of or all normal activities such as sex, hobbies, or sports, sleep disturbances including insomnia or sleeping too much, tiredness and lack of energy, so even small tasks take extra effort, and reduced appetite and weight loss or increased cravings for food and weight gain. So, mag-discuss natin to mamaya. Also, we have also anxiety, agitation or restlessness, slow thinking, speaking or body movements, feelings of worthlessness or guilt, fixating on past failures or self-blame. So, dito pa lang ay maano na natin. Maraming tao parang to the point na parang sinisisi nila yung mga kamalian nila. To the point ay madadala nila yun sa paglalaki nila. Na, yun nga, it's okay to make mistakes, di ba? Because we are not perfect people. It's okay to be not perfect. All of us here experience mistakes. So, let us not parang blame too much for ourselves. Because through our failures, we can learn new things, you know. We can improve, we can make new things. Trouble thinking, concentrating, making decisions, and remembering things. Sometimes in depression, overthinking clouded our judgment. So we're having a hard time to concentrate, example like in our academics. So frequent or recurrent thoughts of them, suicidal thoughts, suicide attempts, or suicide. So this is also one of the experiences that depressed people experience because sometimes they think that the only way to escape reality is through death. And unexplained physical problems such as back pain or headache, because stress can release toxic hormones in our brain, and these toxic hormones, that's where we experience headaches. And sometimes too much stress can give us cancer. Dugi na sa studies. For many people with depression, symptoms usually are severe enough to cause noticeable problems in day-to-day activities, such as work, school, social activities, or relationships with others. Some people may feel generally miserable and unhappy without really knowing why. So what might be depression in adult looks like? So as we are growing up, we're becoming adults, right? Yes. We are considered young adults in our college life. So what are the symptoms? Depression is not a normal part of growing older, and it should never be taken lightly. Unfortunately, depression often goes undiagnosed and untreated in older adults, and they may feel reluctant to seek help. Symptoms of depression may be different or less obvious in older adults, such as memory difficulties or personality changes, physical aches or pain, fatigue, loss of appetite, sleep problems, or loss of interest in sex, not caused by a medical condition or medication. Sometimes the reasons that we are experiencing sleep problems when we are having a depressive episodes because we tend to think over things. And because of that, we're having a hard time to sleep because na-detected na natin yung mga problema. So, often wanting to stay at home rather than going out to socialize or doing new things. So others want to isolate themselves because of the pressure in the outside world, where everyone has their expectations or everyone has their parang criteria of what you should do, behaving or gano'n. So sometimes some of the patients who are having depression, they choose to isolate themselves in their homes. Suicidal thinking of feeling, especially in older men. Okay, activity time about harmful effects of depression. Okay, can you enumerate, Yula, what do you think are the harmful effects of depression? Give at least
Harmful effects in general ba or in family?
anywhere.
I think the harmful effects of actually kind of harmful siya. Siguro when it, how can I say this? Yung parang it affects you, di ba, in our thoughts, suicidal thoughts, it can cause yung parang pag maglalastas. So, first of all is physically, parang magkakaroon ka ng bruises or something like that. And another thing is, when you're too much, pangit din siya sa mental health. Kasi you're emotionally unstable and mentally unstable. And another one, na harmful effects sa kanya, socially, is that you isolate yourself from other people, especially the person you love. I think it's harmful enough. Hindi man siya totally most of all physically, but mentally, socially, and emotionally.
Parang ganun mo. Kasi pag depressed ka, overthink ka. Kasama yung sa family sa pag-overthink. Nagpa-pressure sa kanila. Nawala mo sila. Pag may nasasabi na nababalik yung sa gusto nawala yung tapang sabi sa kanila. So parang kakaroon ka ng suicidal pag mag-isa ka lang kapag
Thank you for sharing this experience. Now let's proceed to what is the harmful effects of depression. Depression is technically a mental disorder, but also affects your physical health. It may impact everything from your heart, kidney, nervous system, and immune system health. So what are the effects of depression into our digestive system? Effects on digestive system. While depression is often thought of as a mental health condition, it also plays a heavy role in appetite and nutrition. Some people cope up by overeating or binging. This can lead to weight gain and obesity-related conditions like type 2 diabetes. You may even lose your appetite entirely or fail to eat the right amount of nutritious food. A sudden loss of interest in eating in older adults can lead to a condition called geriatric anorexia. Eating problems can lead to symptoms that include stomach aches, cramps, constipation, and malnutrition. Sometimes people who are experiencing sudden loss of appetite, they feel that they don't want to love themselves anymore, and they will feed less because they don't care anymore in life. That's sad. Medication may not improve the symptoms if a person doesn't eat the correct diet. Sweets and foods high in carbohydrates may provide immediate relief, but the effects are often temporary. It's important to maintain a healthy diet when experiencing depression. Nutrients are essential to making sure the body's neurotransmitters are firing right. Let us now proceed to the effects of cardiovascular system. Excuse me. Okay. Depression and stress are closely related. Stress hormones speed heart rate and make blood vessels tighten, putting your body in a prolonged state of emergency. Over time, this can lead to heart disease. Because sometimes too much stress, it rapidly beats our heart, and this make our hearts tired. And sometimes this may result to cardiomegaly, which is also called heart enlargement, and also this may also include other chronic diseases. So let us now proceed to effects on nervous system. People with depression may have trouble maintaining a typical work schedule or feeling social obligations. This could be true to symptoms like an inability to concentrate, memory problems, and difficulty making decisions. Some people who are depressed may turn to alcohol or substance misuse, which may increase instances of unsafe behavior. Sometimes when they resort to this may worsen their conditions. This may prolong their depression, and some people use this in order to escape the pressures in life. So once you get hooked with these illegal substances like drugs, marijuana, also or like alcoholic drinks, you may have a hard time to overcome your depression. Someone with depression may consciously avoid talking about how they feel or try to mask the problem. People experiencing depression may also find themselves preoccupied with loss of self or hurting themselves. So, someone with depression sometimes want to tell their feelings, especially in a Asian cultural setting, because most of the times our parents, they told us that it's all in your mind, and sometimes most Asians, they try to hide their feelings because they're afraid of what the society might tell them, but sometimes we have to vent out these feelings because this could worsen our depression. You may also feel tired all the time or having trouble sleeping at night. Other symptoms include irritability, anger, loss of interest in things that used to bring pleasure, and headaches. Effects. Effects on quality sleep. People with depression may experience insomnia or trouble sleeping. This condition can leave them feeling exhausted, making it difficult to manage both physical and mental health. Doctors link sleep deprivation to a host of health problems. Similarly, research has shown that long-term sleep deprivation with high blood pressure, diabetes, weight-related issues, and some types of cancer. So, nasabi ka lang ba? So, weight gain or loss. So, depression may give some effects to our weight. Sometimes when we eat too much, we gain weight. We eat less, we lose weight. Ayan. People with this depression may experience appetite changes, which can cause unintended weight gain or loss. Medical experts have associated excessive weight gain with many health issues, including diabetes and heart disease. Being underweight can harm the heart, affect fertility, and cause fatigue. So let us first discuss the effects of weight gain to our bodies. The health issues that we can see from the weight gain is that too much sweetness in our diet can result to diabetes. Sometimes when we are sad, we eat chocolate, something like that, sweets, any other sort of food. And also, people who are into calories, too much calories like burgers, steaks, chicken, something like that. This can result to heart disease because sometimes through this diet, this can clog our heart. This can clog our heart, and this might result having a hard time for our body to transport oxygen to other parts of our body, and also through the clogging of the heart, also may result to heart attack. So this was a common heart attack is common to people who have clogging in their hearts. Yeah. And being underweight can harm the heart also, affect fertility and cause fatigue. It affects our fertility because sometimes in order for us to be fertile, we have to eat this right amount of nutritious food in order to supplement our fertility. And without this nutrition, this can lessen our fertility chance to procreate. So let us now go to the risk of depression. The first one is physical risk. So there are numerous factors when it comes to physical risk. So the first one is biochemical factors. Biochemical structure. Depression is a type of mood disorder that some believe is triggered when neurotransmitters in the brain are out of balance. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that help the brain communicate with other parts of the body. These chemicals help regulate many physiological functions. Low level neurotransmitters may play a role in why some people are more susceptible to depression, including the following neurotransmitters: serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine. Dopamine is a happy hormone. So sometimes dopamine is a happy hormone that provides us pleasure in life, like having a chat with our friends or doing some physical activities like jogging. Also, this can also experience during sex. Yeah. So dopamine is an important part of our well-being as humans. Let's now proceed to the genetic factor. Having an immediate family member with depression or a mood disorder can increase your risk for depression. The American Psychiatric Association, or APA, states that if one identical twin is diagnosed with depression, the other twin has a 70% chance of developing it. However, depression can occur in people with no family history, which is why some scientists believe that it can be a product of both genes and life experiences. So, up to this day, this is still up to speculation. So, sometimes when combined with, for example, in what is in our families, we are prone to have depression if our families are having also depression, because what we see is what we are may kasabit na ganun, diba? So sometimes too much exposure to depression can also make us depressed. So, yeah. Let's now proceed to sleep disorder. Chronic sleep problems are associated with depression, although experts don't know if a lack of sleep causes depression. Bouts of low mood do seem to follow periods of poor sleep. So, chronic problem refers to any diseases that is parang too long, like over 3 months. That is also considered a chronic problem, chronic disease. So yeah, people with low mood having a hard time to get rest. Serious illness. Okay. The pain and stress that come with certain conditions can take a toll on a person's mental health. Many chronic conditions are linked together to higher risk depression, including chronic pain, arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, thyroid disease, stroke. So, stroke and heart attack are also the same. Ang pagkakaiba lang, yung heart attack sa puso, nababara. Ang stroke may dalawa siya, pero yung mostly common, nababara din sa nerves natin sa puso. Kaya minsan, magkakaroon tayo stroke. So, karamihan ng mga diseases na banggit ko kanina ay naka-related siya sa diet. Because what we eat right now can affect our lives in the future. Parang nabubuo to eh. Hindi ka agad na parang pag kumain ka ng manok, bukas may cancer na kagad ako. Hindi yung ganun. Nabubuo yan. Dahil yung clogging nila, nabubuo. Parang naglalagay yung kapag nila. So, okay lang kumain ako. Ang mahalaga ang balance. Like, having exercise, right amount of protein. Cancer, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, Parkinson's disease, and Huntington's disease. So we are now done with the physical risk. Let's now proceed to the social risk. Okay, abuse. People who were neglected or abused as children have a higher risk for major depression. Such negative experience can cause other mental disorders as well. So yeah, do you want to share any experiences? If it's okay with you, it's not gonna hurt you. Yeah, sometimes, especially to children, part of growing up needs to support from the family. Sometimes if it is neglected or being abused, nakaka-affect sa paglaki ng bata. Gender. Women are twice likely to have depression as men. But this may be since more women seek treatment for their symptoms than men. Some believe depression can be caused by hormonal changes throughout the life. Women are particularly vulnerable to depression during pregnancy and after childbirth, which is called postpartum depression as well as during menopause. So, diba, in our society, it is okay for women to express their emotions and feelings, diba? But men, when they express their feelings, they are considered weak or sometimes they're being referred as gays. Diba? And sometimes, even the women have a higher chance of having depression, they also have a higher chance to treat the depression. Because venting out your feelings is important. Because it may feel you na parang you are not alone in this. You have your friends or peers or something. The men, that's why there's a higher suicidal rates for men compared to women, because of the stereotypes in the society, they're having hard time to express their feelings. Lack of social support. Prolonged social isolation and having few friends or supportive relationships is a common source of depression. Feelings of exclusion or loneliness can bring on an episode in people who are prone to mood disorders, major life events. Even happy events such as having a baby or landing a new job can increase a person's risk for depression. Other life events linked to a depression include losing a job, buying a house, getting a divorce, moving, and retiring. we can, let's say, halimbawa, it's about the perspective diba, of how we view the situation. So, let's give an example to young couples who are experiencing their first baby. They may have an experiencing, they may have parang feeling na parang internal conflict. Na parang, ikaw, nanganak na yung nanay. Uy, bibili na tayo. But sometimes, they can also parang view it as a parang burden. Diba? Burden or parang, alam, paano ko papag-aral ito paglaki? Mapapakain ko. So, it depends on depression. Is really affected by the perspective of an individual. The death of a loved one is certainly a major life event. Great sadness is a major part of the grieving process. Some people will feel better in a matter of months, but others experiencing more serious long-term periods of depression. If your grieving symptoms last more than 2 months, you should see a doctor to be evaluated for depression. So, at some point in our life, as we get older, yung mga relatives natin, tumatanda. So, sabi nga din, that is inevitable to us human beings. So, it's okay to express your sadness. It's part of the grieving process. Diba? May 5 grieving process. Ano yung 5 grieving process? Then, denial, anger, bargaining, ano huli? Acceptance. So, okay lang. Normal lang. But, katulad na sabi nila na parang let's have a mindset that everything around this world is not permanent. Our troubles, our friends, our loved ones, our family. So, let us now proceed to the treatment for depression. Treatment. Depression is one of the most treatable mental health conditions. That is good news, diba? Approximately 80 to 90% of people with depression who seek treatment eventually respond well to treatment. Because this kind of people who seek treatment are the ones that wants to overcome of what they feel. Diba? They want to parang break free of the chains of depression. So the success rate is so high. So that is a good news. So these are the examples. There is what we call psychotherapy. Psychotherapy involves talking with a mental health professional. Your therapist helps you to identify and change unhealthy emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. There are many types of psychotherapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is the most common. Sometimes brief therapy is all you need. Other people continue therapy for several months or years. So, having to deal with depression is not immediate, diba? It takes parang effort, it takes some determination of a journey to overcome. Medication, ito na to sa mga malalalaman. So, we have also complementary disease. We have therapies such as acupuncture, massage, hypnosis, and biofeedback. Acupuncture can release our make us feel relief. Massage can also can remove or lessen our stress in our bodies because massage can help soothe our muscles. So we have hypnosis. Dito sa cartoons na parang hindi mahilig. Hypnosis is more about diving into your subconscious. Parang relieving your past memories, past experiences. That because in dealing with depression, we have first to face it.
But there's some kasi na hindi nag-aan yung hypnosis since it can complicate the kumbaga, if the person is not ready and you put it into hypnosis, pwede siyang lumala and magkaroon ng yung state ng brain na hindi siya makaalis doon, hindi lalo pa lumala yung nararamdaman. So it's not really advisable to have hypnosis unless you are a professional.
Tama na. Lalo pa ang kalag. Kasi yung parang...
Hirap pag yeah.
Because depression needs, parang siya, parang siyang kalaban. You cannot run away forever. At some point, you have to face it. You have to face your fears, your anxiety. Because mananalo din naman tayo. We have our peers, our friends, our loved ones, who also have our God. Mananalo din tayo. Ang tanong lang, if you're willing to overcome. Because katulad nga sinasabi ng mga psychologists, mga psychiatrists, we cannot help you unless you want to help yourself. We also have brain stimulation therapy. There are also things you can do at home to improve depression symptoms, including getting regular exercise, getting quality sleep, not too little or too much, eating a healthy diet, avoiding school, but it's not depression, spending time with people you care about. Malalaman din natin. So what are the preventive measures for depression? Exercise. Exercising regularly is one of the best things you can do for your mental health. It is a good aid to people who are experiencing depression because this will help them to treat their condition and may prevent not just depression but other mental health problems. Exercising is also good for our physical well-being because it helps increases our body temperature, which can have a calming effect on the central nervous system. Kanina, we have our risk factors that nervous system may affect. So through exercising, this can elevate our stress. It releases chemicals like endorphins, which can also boost our mood. It reduces immune system chemicals that may worsen depression. All types of physical exercise can help treat depression, but it's best to exercise regularly. To get more exercise, you can join a sports team or studio, like yoga or boxing, where you'll be a part of the community in addition to being active. So, alam niyo na mga sports yun. Ano yung favorite sport mo? Why is that? What's your favorite sport?
I don't have favorite sport. Kaya ko laruin is more like badminton, table tennis, biking.
So yoga ay pwede ito magawa na sa bahay. Hindi lang siya parang sarili, parang ginagawa. It's more than that. Because this can relax our body. Also, this can help our mind to be parang free of anything. Parang nasa calm state ka. So, take the stairs instead of the elevator. So, sa AUP, we do exercise every day, diba? So, magandang activity na yun. Make it a habit. This is the best way to maintain the fitness level that is most effective in preventing depression. So, katulad yung sabi nila, there's this parang sa psychologist sinasabi na parang if you want to make this activity a habit, make it continuous for 1 month. And after 1 month, it will be a hard time to remove that because parang it becomes a part of our system. Okay, ito naman sunod ay cut back on social media time. Research has shown that increased social media usage can cause or contribute to depression and low self-esteem. Social media can be addictive and necessarily to stay connected with family, friends, and even coworkers. It's how we plan and invite each other to events and share videos. So, nasa paggamit siya. And then, there's this saying na everything that is too much is bad for us. This may also include in our diet. Too much carbohydrates can make us fat. Too much fats can make us obese. So it's a matter of parang balance. It's a matter of control. Because ang control na yun is part of us. Tayo makakakuha. Hindi ibang tao. However, limiting social media can help prevent depression. You can do this by using website blocking extensions that only let you use certain sites for a present amount of time. Only going to social media with a purpose and avoiding logging several times a day just for something to do. So, katong sinabi ko it's only a matter of paggamit, balance. Also, there's this parang additional knowledge na para there's this rule called 20-20-20. Whenever you are whenever you are doing some research or para gadget activities for academics, in order for you not to strain your eyes too much, every 20 feet exposure to these gadgets, you need to look away for 20 feet for 20 seconds because our eyes should be moving. It should not be para focus lang sa ganito kalapit. So sometimes you have to look far away because this can also elevate our stress. This can release our stress. Build strong relationships. Having a strong support system and an active social life is important for our mental health. Since we are social beings, it is important that we belong to a healthy social group that can elevate our spirits and mind, helping us to be more productive and have purpose in life. According to research, that having even adequate social support can protect against depression. Make sure that you are regularly connecting with friends and family even when your lives are busy. Attending social events when you can and finding new hobbies that could help you meet new people can all help you build new relationships too. So, it is part of our system, it's part of our nature to be a social being. There's this in the animal kingdom, there's what we call social beings and isolatory beings. So like tigers, they prefer solo, but tigers, they prefer by pride. So having a strong support system is important because since we are growing up, we should avoid too much stress because everything around us is already stressful. Just like what Ma'am Jackie Polanco's wife said. Na as we grow older, more problems and more stress will come in our lives. It's only a matter of coping up of how we deal with these things. Minimize your daily choices. Have you ever walked into a theme park and been overwhelmed at what you want to do first? Naranasan niyo yun? Na parang kung ano yung unahin. Naranasan niyo yun? Okay. Check na tayo. Ika, simula sa'yo. Ano experience?
Siguro, if you have a lot of choices, kasi parang meron kasi siyang theory sa overloading options or choices in life. Parang nagkakaroon ka ng certain confusion on what you want to do. And kasi diba, for example, you're in a theme park. hindi mo alam kung ano yung unahin, especially if you have a time limit lang. So, gusto mong matry lahat, but at the same time, your body cannot handle those things. At the same time, your mind and your well-being cannot do all of that at once, even though you want it. And syempre, the more na masyadong marami kang iniisip, the more stressful you get, and the more, na kapag hindi mo nagawa yung isang bagay, there's a tendency for you to somehow, hindi man siya totally depressed, but stress that can lead to depression. One thing din yun. So,
Thank you for sharing some insights.
Sa malalaman. Team part, dami kasi, marami naman palang nalilito na parang overall kasi ang dami mo magandang gustong sakyain, pero gustong sumakay dito na lang. Pero napipag na ito na lang pala kasi hindi ka makapag-decide. Parang nakagano ka, kahit doon na-stress ka wala na. Sa team part lang yung wag mo pa sa mga academics.
yeah, or like the academics din. Like, ano ba yung unahin mo? And in academics, it's much more stressful. And it can cause you really a lot of pwede ka talaga ma-depress because there's pressure, expectations, stress, and especially from family. Ano po unahin? That, parang mag-lead talaga siya sa depression. First, lahat ng ulo. Next,
Thank you guys for Researchers think that having too many choices can cause significant stress that can lead to depression. That's what Yula said. Psychologist Barry Schwartz, author of the book The Paradox of Choice, describes research that shows that when faced with too many choices, those who aim to make the best possible choice, maximizers, face higher rates of depression. For many of us, our lives are filled with choices. Which outfit do we wear?
Uniform na lang.
And should we buy yogurt or eggs or butter? Setting na pala. The pressure of making the right or wrong choice is thought to be contribute to depression. If making choices stresses you out, simply things you can. Learn to be decisive. Pero wag mo tanggalin to. Wag mo tanggalin. Learn to be decisive more quickly. Reduce the decisions you have to make during the work week. Plan out your outfits and have your meals prepped and ready to cook. So, in order for us, because sometimes we are overwhelmed with the choices, our daily activities, sometimes we have to make a plan. Sometimes we have to make a planner.
I didn't know you like it.
We have to make some plans para, okay, this is for this activity, this is for our morning activity, this is for afternoon activity.
You know that.
So, para then,
Wait, this is yours.
sometimes, if it is written, this can lessen our stress. Dahil nandun na yun. Ibig na parang to the point, nandun ka kagad sa sitwasyon, doon mo palang isipin, parang, ano na ito?
Hindi ka makapag-decide. Tapos bukas pala may gagawin ka rin na tapos na pa yung gagawin. Kailangan may reminder. Kailangan mayroong mga sticker notes sa wall mo talaga.
Para ba? So, one of the treatment for depression is reduce stress. Para katulad sa picture na to, stress, mas mapalitan ng dual. Chronic stress is one of the most avoidable common causes of depression. In knowing and learning how to cope up our stresses in life can help us elevate our optimal health. The following are the given examples. Avoid overcommitting to things. Practice mindfulness or meditation. Learn to let things go that you can control. there are instances in our lives that we can control them. Sometimes we have to face it and then let us focus to things that we can control, we can manipulate to our own lives. So yeah, get plenty of sleep. Getting plenty of high quality sleep is necessary for both mental and physical health. According to National Sleep Foundation, people with insomnia have a tenfold risk of developing dental addiction compared to those who sleep well. To get better sleep, you cannot look to any screens for 2 hours before your bed using your phone. Because sometimes, so here's the thing, this is already scientific proven. Our lights emits blue light radiation. Hindi siya literal na blue light. Yung blue light radiation na ininimit ng ating gadgets, this can hinder our parang sleeping hormones because every one of us has a parang sleeping hormone production. And yung mga yun, if we expose ourselves, yung mga sa mata natin, nakakonect ko sa utak. If we expose too much this blue light before we mahirapan tayo matulog. Dahil ang ginagawa niya, hinaharangan niya.
Ayoko si Ryder.
So walang lumalabas sa sleeping hormone, nakaharang lang. So ang mangyayari, hindi tayo makakatulog.
Dali mo na ba? Dali mo na ba?
Oh, diretso na tayo. I thought you would have more than
Then, nakaharang na. Nung nakaharang na hypnotherapy because it's already part of our nature. It's already part of our nature that what we see can affect our sleeping pattern. Even in our parang ancestors, if it's night time, it's their bedtime. Because whenever our eyes are exposed to too much darkness, this can release sleeping hormones that can make us sleep. So sometimes, in order to have a better sleep, kung gusto mo talaga matulog, ganun, mahaba yun. Sometimes, the best way is to put para sleeping ang tawag dito, linalagay sa mata.
Also, there's final exam.
May linalagay sa mata eh. Para ma-activate, minsan mga aeroplano, diba? Sa amin yan. Para ma-activate yung sleeping hormones.
I just hope
Parang sometimes we have to trick our bodies.
because I love it.
Na parang iti-trick natin yung body na night time na, it's night time. Diba? Kung sumatulog sa hapon. Just wear this or any parang coverings sa mata. Mauto yung katawan. Hey, it's night time na. It's less release of hormones. Meditate before bed. Have a comfortable mattress. Mahalaga to. Sobrang mahalaga na. Comfortable mattress because this can affect our well-being, our quality of sleep. Sometimes older people, when they went to the mall, they choose comfy mattress because too much hard mattress on our backs are parang mahirapan tayo matulog. Magkakaroon tayong back pain. Tapos too much comfy, sobrang lambot ng mattress can cause us para body aches din because parang kailangan yung katawan natin eh para magalaw. Tapos parang dapat nasa tamang avoid caffeine after. Sometimes there's this experience that I had during my BOY. I'm also having a parang healthy teaching sa isang lola. Nagtataka si lola. Kung minsan 3 hours lang tulog ko, minsan gano'n. Na parang pagod ako, pero parang gising kaluluwa ko. Pagod yung katawan. Tinanong ko, ano ba po ginagawa niyo bago kayo matulog? Uminom ako ng kape.
Hello, man.
Uminom sa kape after kumain sa breakfast, after kumain sa lunch, after kumain sa dinner. Ingat.
Oh, sorry. What social media is this?
So, yung caffeine kasi, ang purpose ng caffeine, it blocks
I thought
our
it looked like something
sleeping
else.
hormones. Production of sleeping hormones. Yun na yung purpose niya. Kasi Lola, nagtataka. Sabi, Lola? Pero sabi, pero nakaka-addict eh. Pero wala na tayong magagawa.
Tama din.
Nagkakape.
Pagising ka na, saka nagkakape, wala pang mom.
So, okay. Next one is stay away from toxic people. Yes.
You busy? You busy,
We've all met that person who just make us feel bad about ourselves. Walang mawawala dyan. Parang meron at meron yan. Sometimes they're outright bully. Other times they suddenly put us down to make themselves feel better. Example of this are narcissistic people.
Where?
Narcissistic people. Because sometimes these individuals, narcissists, parang
I still didn't get your full name.
maganda ako, way to ako.
I thought it was just
And they're parang, they have this parang superior complex. They're better than everyone around them.
You can edit people's
Actually,
names
superiority
there.
complex is something that kasi ang narcissism is self-importance, how you
Oh,
raise your status up parang sa other
Well,
people.
too bad I don't get a nickname.
Para sa people. And superiority complex is that you can do anything that others can. So, like that.
Ang isa pang masama sa superiority complex, dinidiglig yung ibang tao to make them feel na parang they're more important, they're bigger.
They're significant.
Parang
So we have to avoid
tutuwa
this.
sa
And sometimes it's part of the ego. No? It's part of the ego. Wala tayong magagawa. So minsan, yung mga sinasabi nila, yung mga narcissist na yan, huwag nila natin pansin. Because sila sa tamang pag-iisip na parang hindi sila flexible yung utak nila na parang they accept mistakes. Pag sila nagkamali, ang sabi nila, ipapasa pa nila sa iba. Kasalanan mo doon. So,
It's something about their personality and their experience. That's why they
isa their experiences in life can affect their parang pag-iisip. They may even be someone who take advantage of us. Regardless of the specific situation, toxic people should be avoided at all costs. They can lower our self-esteem. A study found in 2012 found that negative social interactions were linked to a higher levels of two proteins known as cytokines. These two proteins are associated with inflammation as well as depression. To avoid toxic people, you should stay away from anyone who makes you feel worse about yourself. Cut people out of your life who take advantage of you. Note the signs. If someone spread rumors or talks bad about someone as soon as they leave the room, they're likely to do the same for you. Mapapansin ko sa mga parang to the point na parang mismong parang secret ng iba sinasabi. Parang, bawa, ito nagkantog. Parang to the point na parang doon pala malalaman na lang. What if pag shinare ko itong secret na ito, makakasabihin. We have also to avoid. Sometimes avoiding is the best way to approach this kind of people because isa kasi wala nang saving grace na magbabago sila. And time kapatid. Sometimes they spread rumors.
Finish the 1-2 class.
They spread rumors because
So, house required.
they are jealous.
I just have
They're jealous of what you have. They're jealous of your looks. Ganun. So, the best
Well, me, I hope I have only just a few left. It's like Monday, Tuesday are occupying for exams next week.
yeah.
research has shown that
Just to make
regularly
things easier
consuming a
for
high-fat
Wednesday,
diet can have similar effects as chronic
I
stress in
think
terms
I'm
of chronic depression.
gonna finish my
In
requirements
addition,
this coming
unhealthy
Sunday.
diet can also deprive your body of vital nutrients needs to maintain physical and mental
I
health.
won't have to
To
worry
prevent
about
depression
them
with your
anymore.
diet, you should eat balanced meals with deep protein,
I
lots of
study
fruits
is
and
gonna be
vegetables.
shut down on for
Reduce
the
high
whole
sugar and
Saturday.
high
Yeah,
fat foods.
because it's happening.
Eliminate processed foods from your diet as much as possible. Incorporate more omega-3s in
Are you
your
gonna be
diet.
attending
Foods
it
like
intercam?
salmon or nuts.
No,
Since
working
nasa
students
tayo.
are not encouraged to
Everything is healthy naman.
intersem unless we have
But it's not really that
at least
balanced.
5,000
Dapat balanse.
pesos on our account.
Sometimes too much carbohydrate is also a bad thing. Hindi natin
Well,
naganda.
at least you get freedom.
Much better.
No, I understand.
We still need to work
Lahat pa.
and internship.
Oh, man.
But I
So, tatanungin ko
think
kayo.
I
Ano yung para
for 2 weeks before the start of internship.
BMI as of the moment is underweight. Or I think if it's included, parang kind of malnourished na ata. Because my height and weight was not really that balanced.
Well,
I don't know why.
gotta go now.
but
Let's catch up with you,
kahit
man.
na kumakain ako ng marami. That's the thing.
Ganda ka
Kasi
sa
nga,
exam.
yung tawag ito, mabilis yung metabolism. And at the same time, yung height ko is very good genetics.
Kaya pwede pa ma-adapt.
Hindi ko alam
Maybe underweight or nasa...
Ako normal.
pero growing up, lagi ako
Punta ka sa
timbong ko.
Pwede natin makag-click yan eh. How to manage chronic conditions. People with other chronic conditions have a high risk of having depression. Chronic conditions are something that can be avoided, but in many cases they can be managed if you do the following. So, ano rin yung chronic condition? Yung sinasabi kanina. What is chronic disease?
Nagdala siya more than 2 months, I guess. And mas madali.
Pag lumala, lumampas ang bata.
Chronic disease ako. So, normal to sa chronic disease, sa heart disease. First, consult your doctor if your condition or symptoms get worse. Follow your treatment plan carefully. Take your medications and make lifestyle changes as recommended. Sometimes, those are women, okay lang. Yung katulad sinabi kanina. Women have a higher chance to seek professional help. To seek medical professional help. Sa mga lalaki kasi parang kaya ko na.
Because the society does it. So,
Parang they should be bold, they should be stupid.
actually, in the Muslim world kasi, yun yung pinaglalaban ng iba, equal rights. But most likely, they say this in a different light na parang ang equal rights is more likely na nag-lead on women. But it's not really that way. Kasi equal rights not for only one gender but also for all genders.
Parang
Gusto kasi nila i-break yung parang traditional outlook ng mga sa babae at sa laki, yung mga babae na walang kayang gawin. And yung mga lalaki that parang hindi sila pwede mag-express ng kanilang feelings because the society imposed them not.
that's the harsh reality. So this is important. Plan for unavoidable non-triggers. There are some depressing triggers, but if you know about them, you can plan for them. And that can help you cope preemptively. Examples of unavoidable depression triggers could be the anniversary of a dead loved one, or divorce, or knowing that you'll see your ex and their new partner at their child's school function. To plan for these triggers, you can know what is coming up and know what it will entail. Have plans with a friend or ask someone to check in with you. Remind yourself that you will get support. So this group is important because are there instances ba na parang nafe-feel yung parating na yung parang episode na nafe-feel ba?
Yeah, there is some parang na hindi naman siya suddenly. Parang later on, alam ko na something will parang alam mo yun, it's not suddenly, it's somehow, if it's suddenly, it's too random, na kunyari, sobrang saya mo, parang in the blink of an eye, parang suddenly ganito na. Pero meron ding times na parang akala mo nakaplan, but it's it because you feel something about it.
Bigla siya tumatawa yung happy ka. Then the next day naman, bigla kang nalulungkot. Parang may pumasok na para ma-trigger yung sadness mo sa buhay.
Pero parang nakikita mo na parang
Bigla ka.
minsan nakikita mo.
Minsan napipil ko bilang saya-saya. Tapos bigla kang nalulungkot sa go over sa buhay.